Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and welcome to my next session for Transformers, the deck building game. This time featuring Clash of the Combiners. In the Clash of the Combiners expansion for this game, you get 4 Autobots and 4 Decepticon Combiners within that. If you have Dawn of the Dinobots, you will have a 5th Decepticon, which is Devastator. And then if you get the promo pack for this, that comes with Defensor, so that will be your 5th Autobot Combiner. So you get 5 and 5 in total if you have all of the things. As far as the cards that I'm using within this particular game, you know, I have my deck over here, my matrix over here, and the matrix right here, I mean, and then the main deck right there. I've kind of pulled out mostly the Clash of the Combiner cards, so we'll see a lot of those pop up, but of course everything is also randomized in here. I am using the Reinforcements basic card from War on Cybertron. Lot of different mixtures here, so that's why I want to go over this, is what you guys know. The damage cards, it's more than just this one. I just have this one on top right now, the basic damage from the core set, but I have shuffled in a bunch of different damage cards, including the ones that came with Clash of the Combiners into this deck. So once I start actually taking damage, I'll go from there. The encounter cards I have taken from a Rising Darkness, which is the Decepticon core set. The ruins over here are from Clash of the Combiners. You can tell because they say ruins on the back. The ones that came with War on Cybertron do not, or at least they don't as of right now. I don't know if they changed that in the later editions of the game. But they tell you in the instruction manual, do not combine ruins, and I'm fine with that. So if you're playing Clash of Combiners, only use the Clash Combiner ruins. If you're playing War on Cybertron, only use those ruins. The way ruins work is that if an adversary, which in this case any Decepticon, pops up, whether it be a robot or a boss, and I beat it, that card is immediately replaced by a ruin, and I am pushed off of that spot. I would then have to go back onto that spot and clear it in order to get rid of it. If all 10 of these cards are in the matrix at one time, it's an immediate game over. So that is everything that I have to say for right now about the matrix. Let's learn about our combiner. So over here we have the AerialBots. These are the 5 plane Autobots, and by plane I mean jets and everything. You don't really get too many flying style Autobots. Jetfire is like the only other popular one I know of that form together to combine into Superion, which is amazing. Let's go over each one of these guys really quickly. You'll be able to see a little bit something over here a little bit clearer. First, we have Air. So each one of these guys is a courage card from the original starter deck, and I'll explain why that's important in a moment. Air Raid over here, 1 power. His team ability is +1 power when battling robots, so he would be a 2 power card when battling robots. Next, we have Firefight. His team ability is when you defeat an adversary, you may destroy 1 non-basic card you control. So that would be, you can't do a basic card, you cannot, well, both damage and the reinforcements are basic, so any non-basic. That would even be starter card, by the way. Not that you want to really destroy any of these. Next, we have Silverbolt, the leader of the AerialBots and the core section of Superion. Other courage cards you play have +1 power when buying maneuvers. Again, all of the other AerialBots are courage, and I did take a 6 courage into this deck. I'll explain why I did that in a moment. Slingshot, team power, +1 range, so he is 1 range +1, which is awesome. And then Skydive, +1 move and move. So he will grant 1 diagonal movement for our team of sorts. And these team effects only happen when they're in team mode. Now here's what's interesting as well. I mentioned that with Skydive, but it really doesn't matter. As a team, their passive ability is flight, which means they will be able to move diagonally whenever they want. That's what flight does. Instead of moving orthogonally, you can move diagonally, and they'll always have at least 1 movement on them. The next time you convert, you lose an Energon. You may access team effects on your starter cards, and that's really it. That's all that the team does. They grant flight, which is a great movement ability, and then of course you have to lose an Energon if you convert, an extra, and then you can use their team abilities. If you're in the combiner mode, you lose their team abilities. I just want to talk about the rest of my starter cards right up here just to kind of go over it. 4 out of the 5 remaining are from War on Cybertron. So I have Scout, flip an adjacent card face up. Resupply, which is way better than the other one. If I have no Energon, I gain 2. Otherwise, I gain 1. And then Artillery, which is a 2 power, 1 range, which is great. This has Confront +1 power, and also As a combiner, each one of these guys has, for 2 Energon, Confront plus 2 power. So you can really power them up if you have a lot of Energon. I also have Patch over here. You may return 1 damage you control to the stack or adjacent space, or I can spend an Energon to destroy 1 starter card I control or 1 damage to this card pile. Now, I didn't take Bold, which is part of War on Cybertron, because I wanted to take a 6 Courage in order to be able to use Silverbolt's ability a little bit better. So Bold would not activate because it's a different card title than what Silverbolt is looking for. So that's kind of why I took Courage instead of Bold, just to work with that. Now, flipping this over, we'll do all the transformation fanciness later on in the video when I do that. Changing into the combiner form of Superion, he does have 1 natural power every turn, which is awesome. I believe, I'll talk about it in a minute. And then, of course, 1 movement, which is great as well. So he can always move 1, and he always has 1 power. Start of turn, lose 1 Energon. If you cannot, flip this card back in the team mode. Target card you control with flight has +2 power when battling. Now, this is, his power right here is only at range 0. So wherever he is, he will only be getting this power wherever he is. It doesn't specify that this can move anywhere else. You would have probably a range thing there. For Energon, he can gain an additional 2 power, so he'll have 3 power at range 0. But then for 2 Energon, I could draw 2 cards, play 1, and discard the other. So he's a great way of cycling through the deck faster. So I love, Superion is my favorite. I had him, and I had the Seacons or Piranacons or what it was. Those were my 2 combiners that I had when I was younger. So I love the fact that you guys voted for Superion and that he won. He did win by quite a bit. And even like my Patreon and YouTube member subscribers, who you guys do get an additional vote if you are a Patreon or a YouTube member at any tier, they helped in order to get Superion to this game. So what I'm doing is I am just taking this. I'm shuffling it in front of you right now, but normally this will be off screen for the remainder of the game. We have our 10 card starter pack. We're going to go here and we're going to draw our first 5 cards, which is Scout. That's good. I'd like to see stuff. Air Raid, Skydive, Resupply. Good. Build up that energy, and Courage. And with that said, let us begin. All right, so I'm actually just going to put this back under here and then shuffle the damage deck really quickly. This is technically solo mode, and in solo mode, you're not supposed to collect VP. I am still collecting victory points under a rule structure that I have built for myself, but there was a whole thing that I had where you can exchange victory points for certain abilities and certain like power-ups and things along that ways. I had decided to forego that, with the exception of I could spend 2 victory points to gain 1 Energon. Normally it was a 1-to-1 exchange, which is kind of a little bit broken, but I think going forward, I'm just going to kind of go with 2 victory points to exchange for 1 Energon, and that's it. I had stuff like 4 victory points for an additional power, 5 for an additional range, 7 to draw a card, yada, yada, yada. I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just going to stick with that. And ideally, if I can get a lot of victory points by the end of the game, hurrah. Now, let us start here and figure out the cards we want to play. We do get our movement, 1 free movement, so I can flip the card that I'm under. I also have Scout. So I'm going to put Scout into the active area right now, so we'll just kind of make it over here. This will be like a discard pile for my main deck, and there's a discard pile for the other stuff on in the Matrix. So let's go ahead. You may flip an adjacent. So we're going to do this. We're going to exhaust Scout. We're going to flip the card that we're on, and then we're going to flip an adjacent card. I only have 3 power, so I can't do too much, but let's see what we got. First, we have Large Energon Mine. Oh, that's really good. All right, so place 12 Energon from the general supply in this card. I think these are supposed to be 10s, but I'm going to make them 5. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12. So they're 5 for me. I think they're supposed to be 10, but I don't remember. Pay X power, gain X Energon from this card. When this card is empty, destroy it. I may not even move. I may just gain the Energon to really start building that up. Let's do this one for the adjacent card that I choose to flip over. Ooh, Sinner Twin, I think is what it is. Terracon. The ambush does not activate because I'm not on the space. He is a 4. And basically just defeating him would gain 2 victory points into my supply. So that's cool. So he is here. I'm on an Energon spot. All right, so we're just gonna put this in here. So we're gonna gain 1 energon for us because of resupply. We do get the move, but before I do any of that, I am just going to spend all 3 of my power right here to gain 3 energon from the mines. All right, so we're gonna take these 2 and this will drop down to 4. So now there's 9 left here. And we'll add the 3 to make that 5. So now we have 6 energon. That's actually really good. That's a great for combiners, being able to have as much energon as you can in the beginning of the game. Team power, don't have to worry about that. So this is exhausted. This is exhausted. And now I still have 1, 2, 3 movement to use. And again, I can go diagonal if I wish. So I can go 1. Let's open this one up for 2. Ionic Displacer Rifle. You may attack an opponent, blah, blah, blah. I don't have any opponents to attack. I don't have anything to assist. This is really just a 4 power to put a 2 with a range of 2 into my deck, which is really not that bad, because if I can get a lot of range stuff, I can take down this Decepticon without actually going into his space. And I do have 1 more movement, so we're just going to go over here. Unfortunately, what this means is this is the end of my turn. I don't have anything else to do. I don't have any other power to spend. And because I can't refill anything in the Matrix, I have to destroy the top card of the deck, which happens to be an Autobot ally, Brainstorm, who had Flight, which would have been wonderful to be able to get, but he is destroyed. So this is the destroyed pile. If I get anything that allows me to gain cards back, this is where it would be coming from. Turn 1 done, put all this here. We have our next 5 cards, which you know are the rest of the AerialBots. 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back here, everybody. All right, so we have our Courage, Silverbolt, Slingshot, Artillery, Firefight, and Patch. Patch isn't really going to do much of anything, but it will give me a movement. I'm going to put this up into the active point and exhaust it already just to use the movement to see what I am under. What is under me? I'm sorry, what is under Superion over here, or the AerialBots at this point? Another site, okay. Macadams, okay. Pay 2 energy, gain 2 energon. Pay 2 energon, draw a card. Pay 2 move, give 1 non-damage you control to the top of the player. They must play. So this is just going to stay here. This is going to stay here for the rest of the game. I could pay 2 energon to draw a card. I could pay 2 power to gain 2 energon. All right, so we're just going to leave that there for right now while I decide what I want to do. All right, I don't have any other movement. What I am going to do is I'm going to use my movement from Superion, or I'm sorry, from the AerialBots here to move back to the Ionic Displacer. That actually is a cost of 4, so I can do... I wish it was a maneuver, then I would have so much more to do. But that's okay. So when you defeat an adversary, range +1, man, that would have been great. I wish I could get this, and another range in order to defeat Sinner Twin from afar, but it's literally going to be everything. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't spend a single one by itself, but at the very least, I can spend 4 out of the 5 to take the Ionic Displacer Rifle and pop that right there. So now I have a range 2 power in my discard pile, which is awesome, and that will go here. And now that we actually have a space, which we are on technically, because I did say I moved over, we will replace and move on to the next round, which will require me to shuffle. 1 moment. All right, back we go. We're able to use our movement again, and here we go. Skydive, move, and flight. Good. I don't want to draw anything that gives me range right now. Slingshot, you're the one that gave me range. Just because I wanted to add it. It's +1 range there in order to be able to hopefully beat it. Patch gives me a movement. All right, so we'll just, again, pop up resupply to gain another energon right there. And then we also have Scout again. So let's go ahead and put that up and trigger its ability to look at an adjacent card. Let's go over here and just see what this corner one is. We have Heroic Efforts. +1 power for each adversary boss in play, but it is range with a 2. Do I have the power? I do not. I only have two right now in order to be able to get that. That stinks. But that's okay. That's no problem. We do have a movement of flight, and then we actually have this as well. So I'm going to use both of these movements to flip the card that I drew before to see what that is. Let's see what my market is. High voltage electric cannon, 2 and range. That's great. I swear I didn't grab all the range. I swear. This is amazing how this works out sometimes. Technology. Oh wait, I have a maneuver. That's a maneuver. I don't have Silverbolt, but I gotta remember that. You may gain X damage, max 3, to gain X power. If the game ends this due to damage, you lose 2 victory points, or I can destroy. Wow, that's, I don't really know if I like that one at all. That's crazy. And then we're gonna move up here. I'm just gonna circle this guy and see what I can get from him. Thing is, I don't really want to destroy any cards. Patch will enable me to destroy 1 starter or 1 damage I have. I like all my stuff, and I don't want to get rid of my AerialBots, which is crazy. What else do I have? Let's go ahead and actually use Patch as a movement to flip the card I'm on. And I still have these 2 with a power of 2. It's a matter of seeing if I can find a card that gives me 2. Nope, that's a maneuver. You may convert or teleport to any space. Stop it. 2, 2. Whoa, and another range. Oh boy. All right, we got to stay over here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my 2 power and I'm going to add a reinforcement to my deck. It is a block card, so it's good for incoming attacks. I can convert, so I can combine into Superion if I need to when I get a lot of energon. And then it gives me 1 range, 1 power, and all kinds of other good stuff like that. I don't need the range right now. I should move down. You know, I'm going to do that. All right. We're going to go ahead and move back down to Heroic Effort. Technically, I had 2 movement left, but I'm just going to move back down here so I'm right where I want to be. I'm going to try to grab this one and then move up and try to grab this one. Not that I'm going to have 8 to be able to do that, but you never know. Unfortunately, this gets destroyed, which is a Decepticon scheme. Do these get destroyed or do they go right into the Matrix? I can't remember. I know bosses go right into the Matrix. I don't remember if schemes do at all. Destroy all cards in this space. When you flip this over your space, gain 1 damage, contribute 4 cards from vaults. I'm destroying it. I don't feel like dealing with that personally right now. I'm gonna say it's destroyed. It is what it is. You guys let me know. I don't think it goes into the Matrix, but there it is. All right, next round. We got Silverbolt, Courage. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what it's gonna be awesome. Look at that. Look at all this courage. Look at all, oh, and I got range 2. That's amazing. Oh my goodness. I don't want to go into the space with Cinder Twin just to just to have to take a what is it? An encounter card or whatnot. But other courage cards you play have +1 power when buying maneuvers. So I need 4 in order to buy Heroic Effort. And unfortunately, the way it works is, well, other cards you play. So I'll play this. So that's 2. And then I'm just going to use Air Raid. I'm not going to use his +1 power when battling robots. So boom, that's 4 to be able to take the Heroic Effort and plop that right into here, which is awesome. Now, I don't have any movement, but I can move by using my 1 movement token and movement from my AerialBots to zip on up to Sneak Attack right here. You know what? No, I'm going to go over here to High Voltage Electric Cannon because you know what? I can afford it. You know, never mind. Sorry about that. I was thinking that I could afford it, but High Voltage Electric Cannon is technically a technology, so I can't afford it with Silverbolt's ability. But I still can afford Sneak Attack just kind of as is. He only gives 1 because it's other courage cards, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then the Ionic Displacer Rifle, which is awesome to still have that range, but it's not going to really help me much right now. But we now have an additional movement, 2 power, and 2 range added, and I may convert or teleport to any space. I can teleport onto Cinder Twin's space, and an attack will not happen. An ambush will not happen because teleportation is different than moving. So there you go. The great thing is I was able to add 2 cards to the AerialBots deck. The bad part is now they have pushed through the deck a little bit faster because remember, if you go through this and you can't refill the matrix with anything else, you immediately lose. But I think I have a pretty good amount of things going on right now. I would have loved to have had a robot or whatever added in, but hey, we'll see what we can get. All right, so we got our last card here, which is Artillery, my range 2. Let's see what other range I can get. All right, here we go. So remember, I have 7 Energon over here. Again, I think these are 5s. Maybe they're 10s. I don't know. But for this purpose of this video, they're 5s. Let's see. I need at least 2 more power for range, and there it is. That will be enough to defeat that Decepticon, which is amazing. And we even have another one. +1 power for each adversary boss in play. There's no adversary bosses in play right now. But what I do have is Cinder Twin, which has a 4, so I can do that and that. That is 4 power at range. Well, this can go up to 2, but all I need is 1 space away from me to be able to blast him out of existence. So he is destroyed. I do gain 2 victory points, which I'm going to put next to my character. Again, in this scenario, because of the way that I'm playing it, I can exchange 2 victory points for 1 Energon. It's kind of like a why not type deal. But at the same time, it's like, maybe I want to go for a high score or something like that. Who knows? But I'm going to take this ruin. We're going to flip it over, and we have the crushed metal. Reveal, characters in space must move to adjacent space. I'm not on it, so it doesn't matter. Ongoing, when you move onto this space during any player's turn, discard 1 non-damage card, so I have to get rid of it, and then I gotta pay 3 power to clear this ruin to gain 3 Energon. All right, so this would technically go to the vault, so I'm gonna leave this over to the side, kind of like off camera, whatever. So that's my vault of things that I have destroyed. I actually do not have 3 power amongst the cards I have here. I have 2 at best. This is +1 power for each adversary boss in play. There are none. But let's start looking at some stuff and maybe we'll be able to get open up some things. So we'll do this to resupply for another Energon, and then we'll use this movement to flip where we are. Maybe we'll find it now, because remember, this is coming right from the center. Nope, this is more than meets the eye. Maneuver, you may transform. This is from the original core before they were able to use convert. It has an assist ability, it doesn't matter. 3 power, no range, but I don't care. 3 power, that is fantastic. That's a 5, which Silverbolt will be able to help me reduce because it is a maneuver. I still technically have 2 movement, 1 that is diagonal and 1 is just a movement. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that 1 movement and patch the movement for it. I don't want to destroy anything right now, so we're just gonna leave it as is. To move diagonal and then flip the card. We're going to go up here to this spot because all of this hasn't yet to be revealed, and this was all from the starting matrix. So I know there's no bosses, but I may be able to find some stuff. Wingman, 1 energy, 1 power, 1 range, 1 movement, flight, which is awesome, and then has a block ability as well. That's not bad. For 3, that is not bad at all. I wish I was 1 away from that Energon mine so I can use the range and the power in order to be able to gain it, but instead I'm just going to go ahead and take another reinforcement, and I'm going to add that to the deck for that 2 power. I can always toss these later using other abilities. Patch, for example, enables me to destroy it. And I'm getting a pretty good amount of Energon, so I'm very happy with the way this is working so far. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We do not have Silverbolt, so I only have 4. Oh, before I begin anything else, I got to remember, got to destroy this one, which happens to be Quick Change, Maneuver. You may transform if this is the first card you play during your turn. Discard your hand and draw 3 cards. That's all right. That can go. I think the first thing I'm going to do is move this up here, and then we're going to go ahead and Scout. So we'll go ahead and use Scout to flip an adjacent card, and then we'll move. We'll just see what this corner card is. Dodge, maneuver, block, draw 2 cards. 2, 2, and 1. Oh man, that's so great. And I'm gonna love these maneuvers. All right, I gotta be sure to pick up these maneuvers. But I want to get rid of this ruin, so I'm going to actually use that movement to go down, and I have to discard 1 non-damage card. And honestly, I'm just going to discard reinforcement and use the remaining 3 power I have here to clear the ruin. That does gain me 3 Energon, so I'll take 2 away and give myself this one. So now I have 11 Energon in my stockpile. I'm waiting till I have maybe like 15 or so in my stockpile before I convert to Superion and really start wrecking things where I am. So that's good. So this is gone then. This is destroyed. It just goes over to a discard pile. If this ever runs out, then I reshuffle the ruins and put it back in. So the ruins will never ever run out unless there's 10 of them within the matrix, in which case, like I said before, I lose. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that last movement from the AerialBots and just move myself over to the large Energon mine in hopes to maybe clear this out within a turn or 2. So we'll do this for the end of turn. We'll put these back. I think maybe I had other movement too, but that's all right. I feel like just stopping there is the better choice right now. That's 4. Gonna reshuffle. Okay, and now we have, all right, heroic efforts. +1 battle for each non-boss, or for each adversary boss. All right, what do we got? We got Silverbolt here, which is great in order to start buying some maneuvers, because then this would be 2, 4, 5 right there. So I am able to do that. Sneak attack, maybe I should, man, I really can't pass this up. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put sneak attack into the active play. Now, whenever you play something, its ability has to trigger immediately, but what it gives can be used later. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm just gonna put these here, just to show that I have the plus 2 power from this. It also gives me a move, but I can also choose that later. But what I'm gonna do is instead of converting, I am going to teleport. And teleporting puts me at any space I want to on the matrix, and I'm actually going to go all the way up here to dodge. We're just gonna go whoop right up over there. Using Silverbolt's ability, he's gonna give me 1 power, and then the Courage will give me another 2 for 3, and Air Raid will give me another 2 for 5, enabling me to take dodge and put that into my pile, which is awesome. Now, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, which is great, and a movement, and this. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use this to fly, and we're going to fly diagonally down over here. Now, the other movement I have is from sneak attack. I'm gonna use that movement to flip this over and see what is under here, which is a city, a generic city, sure. Wow, we got all these sites on here, and I gotta get rid of some of them. Pay to move, gain 1 face-up ally from the Matrix. If none, draw a card. Ooh, I'm so glad I'm on this spot right now. So we'll put that there. I'm not done with my turn yet. I still have 2 power at a range of 2 and 2 power at a range of 1. Ideally, I could get Wingman for that. Do I want to do that? No, I'm just gonna do my range of 1 for each one of these, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take 4 Energon from the large Energon mine, So there's 5 left in there, so I'll take this out. So now I have 15 Energon in total for my AerialBots, which is amazing. I've used this movement. I've used all this. I don't need to do anything else. That actually was really good. I got a lot of Energon and a new card. Thank you. All right, so we'll refill the matrix right here because it's the end of turn. We are on the city. Pay 2 move. I'll have at least 1 move. We'll see what I can do otherwise and see what our hand is. Maybe drawing that card may not be the worst thing in the world in order to be able to see what else I can find. So there's my 2 moves because I have reinforcement and my AerialBots. 2, 3, got some patch there. 4, all right, let's see. I got another movement and I can also scout. There's nothing around me to scout though, which is kind of annoying. I could move, but then what am I gonna do? So each site you have can be activated once per turn unless it has multiple abilities, which I believe this one I could activate 3 times, but it would have to be 1 of each one of these special abilities, paying 2 power, 2 Energon, 2 move. Being that I'm on the city, I am going to trigger the pay 2 move right now to, there are no Autobots on the field, so I am going to draw a card. And the 2 movement that I'm going to use is from Reinforcement, I will not convert, and from Patch. You may return 1 damage you control. I don't have that as well. So that is what I'm going to do there. It's going to enable me to draw a card. So we'll have another card here. We got Fireflight. When you defeat an adversary, there are no adversaries right now, so that's a thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend an Energon. We're going to go here. We'll convert that down to 4. And we're going to do this right here, and I'm going to destroy. So I've already used the movement, which is fine. Now I can destroy this card. Yes, it will destroy the power. I don't need the power right now, but I want to get rid of it for right now. Well, no, it actually is gone. I've destroyed it from the game. And then what I'm going to do is Slingshot has +1 range, and the Ionic Displacer has 2 range technically. So we're going to go ahead and trigger both of those to add Wingman to the deck. So this is Flight. It does have a block ability. It does have a range and a movement and all that other good stuff. All right, and then we'll just kind of throw this in to move, and we'll use the last power here to pull an Energon from the large Energon mines, meaning that there's only 4 left, and we can flip an adjacent card from the Energon mine. So we've moved over from Scout, so we've used that movement. So here we are here. I have then taken another one, so there's 4 Energon left in this mine, and I can flip one of these 2. Let's flip this one because I can. Oh, the Matrix of Leadership Relic. Gain 1 robot from the Matrix. That's any adversary or ally. If none, gain 2 Energon instead. If you put this into your discard pile, you may put it into your vault instead and immediately gain. So anything for my rules that say VP at the end of the game is gained immediately. It's not gained at the end of the game. So this way you have to use it if you want. Again, beat your own score if you have a lot of VP. It's just an extra thing. It doesn't really matter at this point. So there we go. That's awesome. And then this can go up here and replace. I think I'm going to get rid of this next turn and then hopefully see what these three are, or at least some of them. But I think I can get this. 8 is not out of my wheelhouse at this point, especially with all of the other things that I've been gaining. So that's good. And then if I convert into Superion, like actually combine, which I may do that very soon, I might be in a good position to get the, what is it? The Matrix of Leadership. All right. And actually right here, between all the power that I'm showing, even with courage right there, I have enough to grab the rest of the, what is it? The Energon within the large Energon mine and get rid of it. So I think I'm going to do that. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm not going to use any of their Energon abilities or anything like that. Nope. So that pulls that from here. So this 4 goes, and then it says, when empty, destroy this. So this is destroyed. It is gone. It's going to put that right up in there, which is good. So now I can actually replace. Put this up here. So now I have 19 Energon in order to be able to do what it is that I need to do. And I'm pretty sure that I will be converting, probably not this round, but the next one. So I do have resupply, which fine. Here we go. Boom, boom. I have 20. And I have 20 Energon. That is amazing. So we got that. Let's actually start doing our movement. So we have 1, 2, 3 movement, what is it? Tokens, including a flight. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to fly up here because we can go diagonal flying. We'll use our second movement to flip this over, which is an ally, Mayhem, ongoing. For 1 Energon, play the top card of your deck. So I can just, I mean, again, it's once per turn, but anytime I play it, I can spend an Energon and play the top card of my deck. So I'll always be able to see what the top card, well, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know what it is. I'd have to kind of just pay an Energon and then throw it into my hand and leave it at that. But that's cool. Allies are fun to have. Do I want to come over here for the Matrix of Leadership? Probably not. I'm not ready yet. If I had this somewhere in here, then I'd probably want that. But we'll use our last movement to go down here. That's going to be the end of turn. Replace. And I think that is a good time right now. Well, let's just see what do we draw first. So 1, because remember, if I convert, then any of the team abilities do not take effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man, I am 1 off from being able to get the Matrix of Leadership. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and have some fun here. AerialBots, combine.
Meet Superion.
Okay, as Superion right now, I had to spend an Energon in order to convert because I don't have anything here that allows me to do that. And then I had to spend an extra Energon because it takes a lot for these guys to snap together. Now, we do have a movement and a power, which is great. So we're going to actually spend the movement right now. I also have target card you control with flight has +2 power when battling. I'm not battling anything. I am collecting those. So we're going to fly as Superion up here to the Matrix of Leadership. His extra power will get this card because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 total right here. Remember, the team abilities don't matter, so it's really just the power they're giving me. +1 power for each adversary. There are none. That's it. That's really it. I do have 2 more movement that I can use as well. So let me just grab these. I'm going to turn them to the side just to show they're done. And with that, we can add the Matrix of Leadership to our deck. Gain 1 robot from the Matrix. If none, gain 2 Energon instead. That is amazing for a combiner. But again, we still have 2 more movement. So let's see. One of it's flight too, which is really interesting. And at this point, I have another block. They're both blocks actually with special abilities. So I can fly to either one of these, or even this one if I want to just keep going down that way to see what else is in this area. and then go from there. You know what? Let's do that. Let's fly over here, just because I want to see what these last ones are. Flip this over, and it is Kill Shot, Maneuver, Confront. When you play this card after all cards, including assist, are resolved and the adversary is still not defeated. If this card defeats the adversary this way, interesting. You may play this card. Oh, I see. So you only play this. I can only play this card afterwards. Oh, that's crazy. And none of these have any additional energon. I guess I could. You know what? Let's do it. Let's spend an energon. Boom, right here to gain +2 power where I stand. Enough to be able to grab Kill Shot and add it to the deck. Right now, I'm just kind of building up a lot of power and strength into the deck, and then I'm just going to start flying around, flipping over cards. I think I'm at a pretty good point as is to start trying to find where the boss is, because at least one boss is in the Matrix, or at least guaranteed after this. So one here and one here right where we are. And as we go through this, the second one could be anywhere as well. Because remember, we have to find and defeat all 3 bosses in order to win the game. Okay, and I think our deck is getting pretty strong as is. So let's keep going. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've used this, I've done this. Beginning of turn, lose an energon. Because even look right here, this is pretty good. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 power right off the hop. And I can convert or go somewhere, which is great. You may return 1 damage, or I can destroy something. I may want to destroy something, get rid of that other reinforcement, just again, to thin that out a little bit. Because reinforcements are good in the beginning, but as I'm getting better cards, I really don't need it. In any event, I'm going to throw down the patch, and we will use my movement just to see what that last card in the bottom right corner is. So we're going to zip ourselves down here, and we're going to flip this one over. Oh, look at that. Oh, blot. So we have right here a Decepticon adversary, a Terracon. It doesn't really matter. He's going to get me anyway. I would gain 1 victory point for beating him. However, there is an ambush that is going to happen. And of course, I don't have any blocks. So attack, lose 1 victory point. All right, that's really not that bad. That could have been a whole lot worse. Oh boy, lost a victory point. Oh no, but you know what I am going to do? I will go ahead and +1 power in battling robots. Air raid, boom. Takes blot, beats him, and I gain back the victory point that that blot had taken away from me. So he'll go to my discard pile. I mean, not my discard, my vault, and I still have these right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and use... I'm not going to teleport or convert, which really stinks. I could go anywhere I want at all, but I want to put Sneak Attack and the Ionic Blaster into here so I can have my range 2 to go all the way to the top of the Matrix, because I'm here. I can go 1, 2, use that 2 power in order to grab Mayhem and just kind of have him on the side. So he'll just kind of be a permanent fixture. I'll put him, whatever, down here. You guys can kind of see him. I know what he does, but there he is right there. Hooray, Mayhem. So now I've used both of that energy. I played it, so I can't actually activate this now because I would need to do this before I have the power and whatnot. Target character within range 1 gains 1 damage. That doesn't matter. So I've used these. I do still have a movement, and Silverbolt has 1 power, which... Well, no, I have 2 power, technically, with Superion. With 1 movement, we're going to move ourselves back up here. And that's going to be the end of Superion's turn. I don't really want to buy another reinforcement. So we'll go ahead and do 1, 2. And let's start. I'd say now is a great time. If I can get over here to More Than Meets the Eye and grab this maneuver, that would be fantastic as well. But I think right now is a great time to try and find our first boss. Back up, back up, back up. You're going to go here. This ruin, because I defeated a robot, goes here. Load of scrap. I still got this replaced, so I didn't have to burn anything from the pile. Characters in space move. I was already adjacent anyway. Ongoing, so this is an ongoing effect. Pay plus move to move onto this space. You cannot teleport onto this space. Pay 2 move to clear the ruin to gain 2 energon. Okay, cool. Still doesn't matter with Silverbolt or anything like that, so hooray. Fine and dandy. Scout. All right. I also got to remember Superion's ability that cards with flight gain an additional 2 power when battling. I don't think that would have helped me out there, but at least it's something. To be honest with you, what I'm looking for is a lot of movement right now, which I do have, because I not only can clear that, I would need 2 movement to get into the ruin, and then 2 movement to clear it. But again, playing the sneak attack, this you may convert or teleport would activate first. I'm going to take 1 energon away from that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm not. We're going to play sneak attack immediately in order to convert or teleport. And we're going to bounce ourselves all the way over here to more than meets the eye. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Superion's energy as well. 5 in order to grab said 3 power card. And I may convert, transform, whatever you want to say, and pop that into our pile. Now, what's also good is I have 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, including a scout. So we're going to go ahead and scout first to see what is below us. All right, and this happens to be 5-fold maneuver. Oh, that's really cool. So that means any courage could buy this if I had Silverbolt. That is amazing. 1 power, 2 movement. Flight also is great. Can block, +1 power for each adversary player. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's cheap, it's fine, it's good, but it's not something I'm probably going to grab. What I am going to do then is I did the maneuver. I can now move. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move. We have 3 movement. We have move for 1, flip for 2. Orion Pax! Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Autobot, he's a 5. You may attack target player. I don't really care about that. 2 energon, gain 1 ally from target player. Okay, so anything, his ability and his energon doesn't matter to me, but I want his 2 range, 3 power, 1 movement. Oh, I still have 1 movement. What am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Mayhem. Yes, it's going to require an energon. I know I'm burning through this now really fast all of a sudden. To play the top card of my deck. So this immediately just goes into play regardless of whatever it is. All right, so I have a move and a flight. I do gain 1 move. I have an additional move as well. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm in Superion Combiner mode. So really, I just have this. I haven't been using any of their other powers, right? No, I have not, which is good. So really, it's just another energy or another power, which I can't use whatsoever. So I have a movement, which isn't going to do anything for me right now. That's it. I can't. Oh, man, that stinks. I was hoping to maybe get to the city. It's a movement, but it's not flight. The movement I have is not flight. So I can't actually go there through anything. Yeah, all right. That's pretty much how that works. Maybe I'll have 5 in the next round in order to get Orion Pax. That would be fantastic. I was about to flip that over too. All right. With that said, let's draw again. I want to get Orion. I need to get Orion into this deck, and then I need to start getting rid of my lower cost cards. Hello, Matrix of Leadership. Gain run robot from the Matrix. Ha! Ha! How amazing is that? A Matrix of Leadership gaining Orion Pax, forming Optimus Prime, our great leader. I don't even have to pay anything. Oh, that is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But now I still got 4 cards to play. Did I take away one of those? Yes, I did, because I did from 5. That goes over here as well. From 5 to 4. Is that how many I have? Right? I'm going to take away 1 anyway. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I have 12 left. That seems like a lot. But we'll have to see. I just took away an energon because I have to for Superion. So, all right, let's move this out of here and let's start seeing what we can find, shall we? Let's do Nighthawk or Wingman. I'm sorry, Wingman to move over, and then we'll add reinforcements there to flip the card that we land on. So we'll go. Let's go here and flip this one. Oh boy, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Decepticon boss. So our first level boss is Dreadwing at a 6. He actually isn't that hard to beat. I'm not really too worried about this. Discard 1 card. If you are in this space, discard 2 cards instead as a revealed attack. I am only going to draw 1 card, by discarding dodge, because it has the word attack into it, this gives me a block ability which cancels out an attack, so I don't have to discard both of these, not that it really matters, but I'll do it anyway, just so I can activate the dodge's ability to draw 2 cards. Are you serious? Oh my goodness, and I'm going to be honest with you, I can beat this guy right now, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have a natural 1, and then this guy will give me 2. Here, let's just see what we can do first. I'm going to spend 2 Energon to draw 2 cards, play 1, and discard the other. So I got Courage and Courage. So either one doesn't really matter. I'll discard Silverbolt. So that gives me another 1. Let's convert this to 5, because I'm going to put 1 here to gain myself +2 power. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? Let's throw on Mayhem. Play the top card of my deck. Gives me another 2. Okay, cool. Let's see. You may play this card after all cards, including assists, are resolved and the adversary is still not defeated if this card defeats the adversaries. So I'm going to hold on to this for a moment, because that's a good thing. It's just to gain random victory points for the heck of it. So, all right. Have I used this power? I have not. I have not used this power. I only used the move. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 power going into this fight. And that's important because now I've declared the attack and he flips an encounter card. So the way this works is this is going to flip. Now he also has a start a turn ability. Swap Dreadwing with another card in the matrix occupied by an adversary character, if any, who must resolve an ambush. So if I were to move away from him, he would constantly try to come at me. So defeating him now is probably the best thing to do. Let's go ahead and shuffle our one that we did do before. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten a single damage on me yet, which is, that's speak too soon, right? And we'll go down here, and we're going to draw this, and we're going to activate the bottom thing. Destroy 1 robot you control. If you control none, gain 2 damage. I don't control any, so I do gain 2 damage, which happens to be a single damage card and Overclock. So Overclock is actually going to go into my discard pile. Overclock was the special damage card that came with Clash of the Combiners. It's basically showing that once a combiner is together, they kind of fight for control in a sense, because it's 5 different or more personalities merging together into one, but that goes here. Damage itself just gets snapped on to my character. When I draw this, it immediately goes into play regardless of anything, and if at any time I had 5 damage between what's connected to me and in my play zone, I would immediately lose. So, gotta remember that. However, with that said and done, I did not use this, which is fine. I have defeated our first boss. Dreadwing has been defeated. He gains me 3 victory points, so we will go ahead and slap that down as a 5, which is awesome right there. And unfortunately, whenever you go up against a boss, is going into my vault, which is great anyway, that immediately ends the turn. So all of this goes into my discard pile, and that is 1 down, 2 to go. All right, there we go. We're working our way down, 2 in there, very good. I feel like the second boss is within somewhere here right now, but as you see from that, we were able to gain a lot of, power right away and be able to hopefully defeat this thing. So let's see where we go from here. I've used all the Energon on this. I've used Mayhem's one as well, and beginning a turn, I lose an Energon. What do we got? 1, 2, got to shuffle. All right, what else do we got? Hello, Orion packs. Oh man, I need to, wow. See, this is why I love having so much power. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is that? That's 9 right there. 9 power. Oh boy. Really, I only have 1 thing in the matrix to buy. It's more or less now just kind of looking around to gain, some movement. Well, in either event, I know I have some movement here regardless. I don't have any flight, so why don't we go ahead and just use the movement we have here to flip the card that we're on top of and start our journey to boss number 2 the right way. Another ally, MDT, start of turn, you may discard 1 card, then draw 1 or 2. If you draw 2 cards with this ability, discard this ally. That's actually really good. And he's an ally, so he goes right into play, so sure, let's do that. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we spent that 5 power to bring MDT into here. He is a start of turn ability. So at the beginning of my turn, I can do this. So this would be a good setup in order to gain as many cards into my hand if I know I'm going to be fighting an adversary. So I did 1 movement. Let's do another movement with the, what is that? Dodge. And then we'll put Orion Pax in. Where do we want to go with him? I don't know. So we just get a regular movement. I am going to move over here, actually, a little bit deeper into the matrix and use the movement from Orion Pax in order to flip this over. Let's see yet another ally, the Mistress of Flames. Target robot you control during your turn has +1 power. Discard this card. Target robot you control has +4 power instead. She's a 4, so you know what? Let's just use the rest of our power here. Like, I literally bought 2 cards from the Matrix, and they just went into allies, which immediately go into play as soon as you purchase them. Now, if they ever get discarded, they go up here, and when I draw them, they immediately go back into play. But hey, that's great. Nothing really went into the deck, and I have 2 here. You know what's the problem, though? And I just thought of it right now, and I'm really mad at myself because I missed it. Is Dreadwing should have thrown a rune onto the field. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to put this crushed metal in here, and I'm going to move myself over 1 from it. It should have happened when I beat Dreadwing, so I really would have been over here, and then it's fine. It's fine. This did not break the game all that much. I still was able to draw 1. I would have been able to, at least I believe, to draw it. It doesn't matter. So got some crushed metal right here. We got a new card from the Matrix right there. We're still okay. All right, here we go. 1, I don't have anything now to gain me Energon. I sucked up all of that Energon from, what is it? The mine, and then I used it on the first boss, and now I'm running low. So I gotta do this. And I think the first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna throw reinforcements in before I do anything else. And we will detach back into the AerialBots.
AerialBots, separate!
Spending too much time with them together can cause a lot of pain and havoc. We're not going to use MDT's ability. We don't need the Mistress, but I will go ahead and trigger Resupply in order to, again, start rebuilding up our Energon pull. If you defeat an adversary. So now these team abilities re-trigger, I should say. A lot of movement as well, so, or a decent amount. So sneak attack, again, I would have to convert or transform when I play it. You know what? I'm going to take it back. We're gonna swap it up this way. We're going to say that I use sneak attack to convert, just so I have it. And then I'm going to put, I don't want to do anything. I'm going to hold on to this in case I need to block something. So let's move and flip. All right, so we're going to move over here, and we're going to flip this one over for another, wow, all my allies are coming up. The Rust Giant. When battling during your turn, you may pay 1 Energon to play the top card of your deck. If you do during a confrontation, discard this card. So it's another ability like Mayhem to play the top of the deck. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that in order to throw yet another ally into the field in order to just keep going through the matrix. I do gain 1 more. So I moved, I flipped, and then I'm going to move, and I'm going to flip once again. And this time we're going to go down because my AerialBots give me a diagonal movement, so at least next turn I can jump over here and maybe over here and get these up. So we'll flip this one over, which happens to be Team Effort. I think I really got to get this because this has the AerialBots in it. Maneuver, flight, assist. Doesn't worry about the assist. I mean, it's only 1 power, but it's 2 range. I don't really need anything more into the deck. I feel like I have a good amount, but I am going to put this in there anyway because I think, thematically, I think it's awesome because it shows the AerialBots, and I don't know, I think it'll work out regardless. Not going to put another reinforcement in. I could get 5-fold maneuver for 1 power and 2 movement, but my movement has been doing pretty well so far. So I think I'm going to keep at that. Any other of these? Target character within range gains 1 damage. Nope, I got to get rid of damage here and nothing else. All right, we're going to call that a turn. Where are you, number 2? Where are you? Because remember, the last 5 are always going to be stuff that doesn't have any bosses. So within this is actually boss number 3. Boss number 2 is out. He's out there somewhere. So we have to figure out where boss number 2 is. Am I on one too? Oh, completely forgot that I got 2 that turn. Right, the ally and the other one. True, true, true. Maybe I'll just keep flipping those over again and again and again until I find what I need. Matrix of Leadership, which is great. All right, so there is no, robot in the Matrix. I could flip to see if there is one, but I probably would rather do it. No, we're gonna play the Matrix of Leadership immediately before I do anything else to gain 2 Energon, because gaining Energon is important as I'm going to need it to maintain Superion while going up against bigger bosses. So we got that. Let's go ahead and let's use Scout. I do get a movement and I do get the flip. Well, no, before we do that, I have a lot of flight, which is great. So we'll use the aerial bot movement to flip the card that we're on. The goal now is to reveal whatever these 3 are. That's why I want to do this turn. And then hopefully one of these is the boss. If none of these are the boss, then I know at least the boss is one of these 3 and I can go get them in a moment. So we'll do that. We'll flip this. Energy Swords, 2 power, block. You may pay 2 Energon to keep this card in your hand after blocking. Cool, not bad. I like it. For 2, it's awesome, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. Actually, let's go ahead and I'm not going to transform, but we put More Than Meets the Eye up there, and we'll put Wingman up there as well. I don't need anything else, but we will take that 4 and put the Energy Swords into the deck because I still like them. It's still a good card. It's still a 2, and hopefully I'll get something in order to be able to knock out 1 or 2 cards from there. We do have a movement, so we're going to move up to the corner. And then from that corner, we will use Scout to flip the card we're on and the one adjacent. Now, this could be bad because I could be revealing something here that's going to hurt me. So 1 movement moved us up here. So we're up there. I'm just going to move Superion there. Flipping, see, told you. Snap Trap, one of the Seacons. That's what it is. I think I called them Piranhacons before. They're Seacons. He is going to hit me for 3 to gain 1 VP and destroy 1 star you control. All right, so this actually needs to trigger first. Because upon revealing, then they do an ambush, which this ambush happens to be lose 1 victory point. Again, not that big of a shake. But now that I'm on Snap Trap, which I'll probably destroy next turn, we're going to go over here and flip this, which happens to be Hotspot. Oh, yeah, I need you now. You're 3 power, 1 range, and a movement with a block as well. No, I need you too, my friend. I definitely need you. Did I use all of my power? I have 2 power left from the Ionic Displacer. What I can do, I'm going to spend 1 of my Energon to put it on Mayhem to play the top card of my deck and hope that it's... Okay, perfect. Kill shot. Excellent. So I'll use both of those to defeat Snap Trap, which not only gains me 1 victory point, which again, I can exchange those for every 2 for 1 Energon, but I can destroy 1 starter I control. I really don't want to destroy any starters, but if I have... Do I have the basic courage in here? I do. All right, I'm just going to get rid of the basic courage. I know I said I wanted that in there for, For Silverbolt, but for right now, I think that's fine. That's good. All right, I know that was a lot also that I spent there, but to me, it was worth it. It was 100% worth it to get rid of that Decepticon, and then on the next turn, I can move over and hopefully grab Hotspot. And again, 2 going in here. This is an interesting point where I'm burning through this quickly, but at the same time, I know that... So that means boss number 2 is over here. So I think what I'm going to be doing next is getting Hotspot, getting Energon, finding the boss, and then defeating him. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. 2, 3, 4, 5 all together. Overclock immediately goes into play. If you were in bot mode, I am not in bot mode, so that doesn't matter. But what I am going to do is I'm going to activate Patch, and we're going to get rid of this. So now that's also out of my deck, which is fantastic. I have a movement, but I also have it's only maneuvers. Oh, no. What stinks is I'm going to need another card. So what I have to do is I have to spend another Energon in order to activate Mayhem's ability. Question for everybody out there. Mayhem says, ongoing, pay 1 Energon, play the top card of your deck. Can I just keep playing Energon and keep playing the top card of my deck? Because that sounds like a pretty Mayhem style of thing to do. It's just a wild thing that you can just keep doing over and over and over again. Okay, so now with that, I have 2 movement, 1 from Patch and 1 from the AerialBots. We're gonna run 2 across. 1, actually no, we're gonna stop right here first. We're gonna do 1 movement, because I just realized that I have 5 right here. I was going to grab that ruin to gain the Energon, but I realized that I have 5 here. So really, all of these can go into play. Actually, be even less than that. So we can do, it's not a maneuver, never mind. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to grab Hotspot and put him into the discard pile, which stinks because I just reshuffled it, so it's gonna be a while. We will gain 2 more movement because as in team mode, I gain flight and a movement from Skydive. So let's just go for broke. Let's go over here with that movement. And then our last movement that we gained from the AerialBots, whatever. We had 2 movement, 1 with flight, 1 without. We'll flip this over and see what we got. Afterburner for 3, he gives us 2 power, 2 movement, a block, plus 1 power if you control 2 or more damage. That's really cool. But I'm not worried about you right now, my friend. I need to figure out where boss number 2 is because he's in one of these 2 spaces. And being that I was able to narrow it down like that now to 2 spots, it's helping little by little. What is it? Granted, even if he flips over, if I had a scout, would still trigger his ambush, but that's okay. Man, it's still a lot of power here. We'll do a resupply immediately to gain an Energon. And we'll use this movement here and this movement of the AerialBots in order to flip the next card. I kind of just want to do it and see what everything is. So we'll move over here and we'll flip this up. There it is. All right, boss number 2, Octane. Reveal attack. Discard 1 block. If you have none, gain 1 damage. This attack cannot be blocked. Luckily, actually, I do have a block with my dodge. Now, the problem is that it... I can't activate its draw 2 card ability because it's telling me to discard a block. Like, I have to just take it and chuck it into my discard pile regardless of anything. I can't use it to block the attack to gain its effect. So I get the wording on the card and why they have it that way. Now then, Octane is an 8. Right now, I am sitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm pretty good. First things first, let's go ahead and spend 2 Energon. And do I want to do... Actually, no. We'll put down more than meets the eye so I don't have to spend the Energon. And combine!
Okay, AerialBots! Transform into Superion!
That was the whole purpose of having this, right? In order to be able to do that amazing ability. So now we have 3. We have 4. I could spend an Energon to gain another 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do have a lot here. What I am going to do when battling an adversary, you may pay 1 Energon. So I'm going to be battling an adversary. So Rust Giant is going to do. If you do this during a confrontation, discard this card. That's fine. I may end up using that. Target robot you control. All right, I need to get something here. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay 1 Energon from Mayhem to play the top card of my deck, which is the Energy Swords. That's actually really good. It does have a confront ability to gain me an additional power. 2 power, I'm sorry. I'll take 2 more to draw 2 and put down Orion Pax and discard this. Okay, all right, so let's do some adding up here before we do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4 from Superion. I didn't pay his 1 energy for the other thing, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Target robot you have, so we'll do 13. So that's 13 to him. So we'll just say the Mistress of Flames powers up Orion Pax. We'll do the discard. We'll do the full discard. So it's 7. He'll have 7 power. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 power going into this. That should be enough. I hope that's enough. All right, like I said, 16 power, there we go. We have a start of turn, which is gaining a damage. So at the start of my turn for Octane, I would have to gain a damage. And his ongoing is, you cannot confront Octane if any Autobots are in this space. You cannot confront Octane if any other Autobots. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, never mind. So you would have to fight him by yourself. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, technically I'm by myself now because I am one being, right? I mean, that makes sense. That's a loophole if I've ever heard one. So we're confronting Octane. Boom, let's do this. Let's shuffle these two back in. And what's crazy is that Octane is going to create a ruin after I beat him. And then I know that in that left corner will be wherever the third boss is or is going to spawn. So destroy one technology you control if none gain 2 damage. All right, so I have to destroy the energy sword. See, haters out there that said, why did you buy this? This is the reason I bought it. Fantastic. Not that it matters if I had 2 anyway, but his 8 goes down to my 7. So now you're discarded. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 initial power. You are defeated. And with that, beating Octane is our second boss that we have defeated. We have now gained an additional 4 victory points as I try to convert it. There we go. I have 10. Fantastic. We're over here. All of this goes into my discard pile. And that is that. So now nothing else is going to happen because, again, I have to take this ruin, which is a blind hazard. Characters in the space must move on to adjacent spaces. Whoop. Hello, Afterburner. When you move on to this space during any turn, resolve an ambush, pay 4 to clear it. All right, that's fine. I don't have to worry about that. Do not be the boss. Jetfire, robotic relic. I did not realize that I had this guy in here. This would have been so awesome to have in the deck. He was 8, but he's 4 power, 2 range, and 2 movement. Wow. Flight. And then, of course, he has all the other stuff. Oh, that is great. I think I said that that one robot was the first robot relic when I was doing my unboxing. I take it back. It's actually Jetfire because that's definitely the signia for the core set. That's really cool. All right. Now we need to make our way back over here, start flipping these, and find boss number 3. We're getting close, getting close. Here we go. Matrix of Leadership. That's great. I would have been able to take Jetfire. The Matrix of Leadership would have been able to take Jetfire. That is so obnoxious. Are you kidding me? Ugh. So there is a robot in the Matrix. This would force me to take that robot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and then put a heroic effort in, snag Afterburner so I don't have to worry about that. Activate the Matrix of Leadership. I know I would normally gain 2 Energon, but I had to spend 1 because I'm in Superion mode at the beginning of the turn. So I gained 1 Energon, which is good. And +1 power for each adversary boss. There is none, so both of these are used. Let's now teleport to a location and start flipping. Let's just go right here next to this spot, and we'll use the movement from Sneak Attack to flip this over. Oh, great. Swindle. It's a 2 energy Decepticon. Gain 1 victory point if I beat him. He is, of course, going to ambush me. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Oh, 2 Energon. Do I have a block? This would have been the great time to have a block. No, I don't have a block. Oh, man. So down there, -2. Oh, no, I only have 4 Energon left. That's not good. I need to switch back before anything else. Oh, not good. But what I can do is I can use the 2 power from Sneak Attack, defeat Swindle, and gain 1 victory point right there, which is fine by me. So now that's finished. Let's go ahead and scout. We'll move and we'll flip. And then Team Effort will actually give me the flip and the cards. So I'll actually see what all 3 of those cards are. So we'll move here. And then the, well, actually, no, I gotta activate Scout first. So Scout will actually do this, showing the dual all-out assault ongoing. You must treat all battles against adversaries as confrontations. To thwart, block an attack against another player during any player's turn. I'm just gonna say I just have the block of attack in order to be able to get rid of that. I am actually, instead of that, Scout does give me flight, so I will move down here and then use the team effort in order to flip this over, revealing first strike. Interesting. 2 power, 1 range. This is all if I had a polity, or for 3 energon, remove 1 command token. So it's all about polities and everything for there. All right, so I got to put ongoing on this one because regardless of anything, if I had fought Swindle, then that would have immediately ended my turn because of the way that all-out attack works. So for the rest of the game, anything I fight is treated as a confrontation. Confrontations immediately end your turn once you are done with them. And I don't really have anything else here. I don't want to spend any energon for Mayhem, so I'm going to call this the end of turn. And I was super confident that the boss was within one of these 3, or would have been. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the bottom 5 cards. So yeah, boss is either here in one of these 2, here or here. Actually, or here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. That's the thing. Now I just got to figure out where to go. All right. Beginning of another turn using an Energon. I only have 3 Energon left, which is not good. Okay. Let's shuffle. All right, I think I'm going to start utilizing MDT's ability here as well. So we got 1 and a 2 right here. So MDT's is you may discard 1 card, then draw 1 or 2. If I draw 2, then I have to discard him. So I'm actually going to get rid of Slingshot to just draw 1 card into play, which is the reinforcements. Now I have a lot of movement. I have Superion's movement, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 additional movement. Hotspot gives me some power. Team effort gives me some power. So I got a lot of stuff that I can do. I think the first thing I'm going to do just to help me out is I am going to put down reinforcements, and we're going to get ourselves back to the AerialBots. This way, at least we can conserve on a little bit of energon, maybe be able to gain some energon here and there. We do have a few, ruins on the board that I might be able to use right now. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to use their movement and then this movement to go 2 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2. I need 7 power to clear both of these, ruins right here. And what's crazy is I can do it and with my range abilities because everything is 1 away from me. So the Blind Hazard is a pay 4 power. So we'll have the range 1 and next time damage you gain through this. That's okay, that's fine. We'll put this here like this. That's actually good to know. So this says, return the next damage you gain this turn from the stack. So that's good to know because I'm going to be flipping over the card that I'm on top of to see what it is. So there we go. So that's 4 right there. So at range 1, I'm paying 4 power into this. I cleared this ruin, and that gains me 4 energon. And now in addition to that, I can use Kill Shot for 2, and then I can use, let's use Team Effort because I have a block here just in case for 3. So we're going to use all of that power at range 1 in order to be able to clear this ruin. So that is awesome as well. That is 3 more energon. So that's 7 energon gained in total. I'm just going to leave the little ones right here. So now we are back to 10. I'm much happier having this much energon on me for when we need to fight the boss. Now, we're going to use one of these movements to flip. And if it's not the boss, what do we got? So I use 2 movements. So it's 1, 2 to move. I didn't flip anything. So we'll use, I have 3 movement left. 1, 2, 3. One of them is flight. So 1 to flip, 1 to move, 1 to flip. And we'll see what those cards are. So first one is, nope, don't need to go anymore. We have Abominus, which again, I believe was the one that I had. That's the name of the Seacon snapped together into one giant robot. That's great. We have found our 3rd boss. We need to beat him. However, reveal attack. Discard 1 ally and gain 1 damage. Then destroy all face-off up non-boss cards adjacent to this space. Oh man, these are gone. These 2 sites, boom, are destroyed. Wow. I do have to destroy one of my allies. I'm actually, well, not destroy. I have to discard. Wait, is it discard or discard? Yeah, so you'll just go up here. Mayhem, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Rust Giant's going to do the exact same thing regardless. I don't have enough to beat him this turn. So unfortunately at this point, I have to call it an end. I don't even have enough to do anything else adjacently. I don't want to move from the spot because I want to fight him next turn. So for right now, we are going to call it as is. And hopefully next turn have enough to be able to beat him and just kind of go from there. All right, so these are going to go into the discard pile over here. 4 cards are going down. So yes, this is do or die time right now because I only have a few more turns in order to beat him. Abominus also has a start of turn ability. Reveal 1 face down card adjacent to this space. If it's not a boss, which it won't, destroy it and place it with a ruin. If no cards destroyed this way, gained 1 damage. Great. Reveal 1 face down, because ruins will always be face up. So if all 4 are ruins, then his ability doesn't trigger and I gain a damage. So this is the beginning of the turn. I'll reveal 1 card. We'll reveal this one. Omega Formation, boom, a ruin comes in. I'm glad I cleared those other ruins as well, because again, if 10 were ever on the board, I immediately lose. So Abomination has that power to just put ruins on. Okay, we did that. Now let's draw and see if we have enough to be able to beat him. He has a 10. It's going to be tough. All right. The idea here is also to try to gain as many cards as we can get that have the highest powers possible. Right now, we're not doing so hot. First things first, let's go ahead and spend 2 Energon to combine to Superion and defeat Combiner to Combiner. Okay, MDT, start a turn. You may discard 1 card, then draw 1 or 2 if you draw 2. So what I'm going to do is, Scout doesn't matter. So I'm going to discard Scout, and I'm going to draw 2, which also means MDT is gone. So we'll go 1, 2. Matrix of Leadership is great and all. Here's an ally. That's awesome because she'll power up Afterburner. That is amazing. This is going to be during a battle, so I'll definitely be spending 1 here in order to gain, what is it? Not, wait a minute, hold on. I grabbed it from the wrong spot. I grabbed it from the general supply. I got to grab it from my own supply. There we go. But the Matrix of Leadership can go down. I didn't gain the victory points for this because I didn't vault it. You need the vault in order to gain them, but that's fine. I'm going to pop this down right here. There are no, Autobots in the Matrix, so I will gain 2 Energon, which I'm going to need. I've done Rust Giant, so I get to play the top card of my deck, which is Dodge. All right. Just kind of seeing what I have here in terms of power. +1 power for each adversary boss. I'm going up against 1, so that is fantastic. All right. Let's see. What am I going to do? All right, so we'll use Mr. Sapphire over here onto Afterburn. We'll give him +4, so he'll be 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have 13. I can spend 3, 13, 14. I'll spend 2. Ow, let's go for broke at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll spend all of that here. And then on Superion, I'll spend the 2 to draw 2 and discard 1. We'll take artillery because it has the most. And then here. So now I have an additional 3 power coming from Superion. So, going for broke. Let's add this up and see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in combiner mode, so I can do this. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because there is an adversary boss in play. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 power amongst all of this. If I don't beat him, then I'm going to say that I've lost. But we'll see how this works. With that, of course, we have now decided to go and choose Confronting Abominus. So all of this shuffles together, and we see what his boss attack is. 22 is the magic number. We have to meet or beat that number to put this Seacon back into the ocean where he belongs. All right, add 3 costs, add 3 to this adversary cost, +1 for each card with +4 that you control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I control, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 4 or more. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 10 is 18. We did it. We did it. We did it. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That scared me really a lot because if he had more than me, then this would have been the end of it. And that would have been that. But Abominus has been destroyed. Superion reigns supreme. And with that, we'll take the 5 victory points and say that I have come across with a score of 5, 10, 15, 16 victory points, plus the Matrix of Leadership, plus a pretty decently sized deck that even though I didn't really get too much in terms of knocking it down, I had some great cards in there, Orion packs, some awesome things like that. That was awesome. That was amazing. We won. Autobots reign supreme. And I had a pretty impressive vault as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in total. So there you have it, everybody. There is Clash of the Combiners. It does come with the ruins, so as you see me doing those ruins, that's how kind of that works. The ruins are a vital part to making sure that your combiner stays alive, because if I didn't destroy those 2 ruins that were like up here and gain 7 energon, I wouldn't have been able to pull off nearly as much as I could. Now there is one ruin here, the Infernal Debris, that you cannot clear. It can be destroyed by other means, but you cannot clear it. So I'm glad that I didn't pull that one. Very lucky on that point. I had 3 cards left, 2 technologies, and Wheelie, that's cool. Blast Off, we had technology, T-Cog device, deep cover, just some other fun stuff like that. I'm just going to throw these together. And then in the damage pile, I also had Stasis Lock and Energy Leak, which I believe Energy Leak is from, I said I wasn't going to put anything from Unicron, but I think that's from Unicron, just because it's a damage card. I like that, and it was one that I picked, and I thought it looked cool. But it was definitely more appropriate that we got Overclock, because that's the one that you would find in Clash of the Combiners. Anywho, Superion and the AerialBots are the winners in this case. Guys, let me know what you thought of this down in the comment section below. Do you have Clash of the Combiners? What is your favorite, or who is your favorite combiner out of both the Autobots and the Decepticons? I would like to play one more session for you guys using another Decepticon combiner from Clash. Just because it's fun and I enjoy going through that and everything. And then eventually, and probably after that, I'll play as or against Unicron. I can't play as Unicron because that's only in multiplayer mode. So, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Once again, I'd love to hear all of your thoughts and everything down in the comment section below, specifically about how Superion plays, how you would play him. If anything I did went crazy in this, and then, just fun times with Transformers, the deck builder game. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. In order not to miss any future Transformers the deck building action, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. Boom, there it is right up there. And then, of course, if you wish to support the channel even further, there are affiliate links down in the comment section below for Clash of the Combiners, for Chaos Unleashed, just for a whole bunch of things. If you don't have this at all and you want to get yourself started in it, get the big bundle pack. That is amazing as well. Using those affiliate links to make those purchases go a long way to helping the channel. Of course, YouTube members and Patreon subscribers get these videos early, additional votes from when it comes to what I play, and of course, are a great way of helping the channel grow as well. But regardless of any of that, throw all of that to the side. Your view, your like, your comment, your subscribe, sharing, you just being here right now means the world to me. Thank you so much. Let us combine our powers once again to be strong and save the world from a Decepticon menace. You guys have been amazing. Thank you again. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Until the next time, transform and roll out, or fly on in the AerialBot case. Later, everyone.